Tonight, Cayce Mayor Elise Parton says she's been removed from several committees without warning while she was out sick. Parton telling us the moves were made at the council meeting as they met privately without public notice. News 19's Nate Stanley spoke with them, and he's got the details.
Councilmember Thomas?
Yes.
Councilmember Socks?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem James?
Yes.
A big change is now underway in the city of Cayce as current mayor Elise Parton was removed from 3 committees. During March 20th's council meeting, council members Hunter Socks, Tim James, Byron Thomas, and Phil Carter all appointed themselves to the seats that were occupied by Parton. In that meeting, Councilman James was appointed to the Lexington County Joint Municipal Water and Sewer Commission. Councilman Socks was appointed to the River Alliance Committee, and Councilman Carter was chosen to be part of the Central Midlands Council of Governments. Mayor Parton was absent, citing an illness. Parton tells us she feels slighted by the moves and worries about the picture this paints when it comes to trust and transparency.
When this item had been on the agenda years before, all that was an affirmation of the mayor being on these committees. There was no public deliberation in that council meeting. So when and where did those conversations take place?
But according to Councilman James, Parton was aware of the possible action, saying he met with the mayor and the city manager on March 14th, and that topic of appointments was part of their conversation.
There are bylaws for some of these organizations that, despite their vote, couldn't take me off of them. But there were some ones that were, that they could have, and they did. And had they come to me and talked to me, I would have gladly shared those things. But by doing the things the way they did them, they hurt the city's stature.
Meanwhile, Councilman Socks says Parton had a less than exemplary attendance for many of the councils, adding that her claims members of council violated FOIA law and were less than transparent was disgusting. He says the agenda was public more than 5 days ahead of the meeting and was set by staff and reviewed by her. Councilman Thomas also citing those concerns, saying, sadly the city of Cayce was a no-show at these meetings. Other cities were looking around saying, where's Cayce? It's our job and responsibility to be at those meetings and make sure the city of Cayce is represented. Parton says she's disappointed by the city's actions, but ultimately wants what's best for the city.
As far as the resolution for the committees, I'm not concerned about that because it's not the main concern. The main concern is transparency, integrity, communication.
In Cayce, Nate Stanley, News 19, WLTX.